What's going on, people? So, got it's not a box this time, even though it says unboxing. It's a bag, right? You can tell that. Picked up some shoes today. Oh, I picked them up. I got them in the mail today, kind of, sort of. Let me start this thing over because none of this is really going to make sense now that I hear it, how it's coming out. So, a few days ago, right? Like I said yesterday when I was talking about these things right here, the Vomeros. So yeah, I need to get a pair of pink shoes for this thing that I'm playing tomorrow. No, well, yeah, technically is tomorrow because it's now technically Friday. So I ordered two things, right? Ordered those Nikes, and then I ordered these here Adidas shoes, right? And I figured I'll get them both in. I'll see which ones make sense. Maybe I'll keep both. Maybe I won't. You know me. Well, maybe some of you guys know me. Not the greatest with decisions, so if I don't have to make a choice between the one or the two, I often just get the both and just call it a day because sometimes it's easier. But either way, so these, I did the whole ship to store thing, which took longer than I feel like it was supposed to, according to what they estimated on the webpage. But eventually, they made it to the outlets and I picked them up. So here we are with these, right? So, and someone says, "Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Hello to you. Hope things are going well out in the western side of the world." So that caught me off guard when I saw these in the store today. And at first I was like, "Whoa, that's not the right thing. That's a 10 and a half." Then I saw that W and I'm like, "Oh, so, well, that means that this probably is really a 9.5 for at least men, right?" But it was weird because when I looked at these, well, when I was looking for the shoes, I just went on to Adidas and I said, okay, well, men's shoes, all of them, pink. And these came up, and I was like, all right, cool, let's do that. All right. Turns out they are a woman's shoe, I guess, according to some things, according to that W on the side, which doesn't really matter to me. It's not my first pair of women's shoes, won't be the last one. Would I have thought twice if I knew that this was a women's shoe? Yeah, I would have thought twice just to make sure I made the sizing decision correctly. But I would have still bought them. So yeah, it's kind of a whatever thing. Though they and I looked at them a little bit ago, just like on the internet, just a second before I was doing this. Yeah, definitely listed as a unisex thing. But let's be honest, though. I mean, it's a pink shoe. It's very womanly color, like looking at it, right? You can kind of see that. You'll see it a little bit more in a second, as soon as I get this box situation dealt with. I do this whole review thing, because I do that from time to time around here. So let's go ahead and let's see. All's good, my friend. My Tiki Roosevelts and Big Kahuna Kunaflex arrived today. Now I bought the denim jacket and was tempted to put in order for the performance hoodie using the NYCC code I sent you. Okay. I we did a band practice thing today, and I saw the Venom movie before that, and before that I was at work. So I haven't really done anything as far as like online stuff. So whatever messages I may have received have not been seen. But I will tell you this: I did see some of those hoodies earlier online, and they look kind of nice. But I'm not a long sleeved shirt guy, right? So these hoodies and jackets, that's going to be just unnecessary for me. This is about as much as I do as far as clothing goes. I like to stop about here, preferably up here, but hey, whatever. So let's talk about these things real quick. I saw Venom 2 and fell asleep. Huh, I can relate to that. So this right here, let me knock this thing out while, I have the attention of a handful of people out there. This is the Adidas Gazelle indoor shoe, right? It says indoor on the side. I don't know what that really entails, but whatever. So I'm going to talk about it real quick. It's in sandy pink, cloud white, and gum, I believe was the names that they used. We'll start with the bottom, if I can get this centered right. I was looking over there, so it threw me off for a second. Got a nice gum bottom down there. I'm a big fan of the gum bottom. And you have that Adidas logo. Well, let's turn it that way. There we go. Depending on which one you look at, one of them is going to be upside down. So you got that going on down there. Moving on up here, as far as the upper goes, that actually feels pretty decent for a cheaper shoe. Cheaper as in like 120, right? So either way, you got some suede going on down there. You can kind of tell that, right? Short hairstyle, nothing too crazy about it, but I do think it feels better than I expected it to feel. But Adidas is usually all right with the materials. Not as good as Asics, but I'm just saying. And then you got the three stripes on there, right? Then you got the gazelle. These kind of remind me a lot of the. If you saw several months ago, I bought a pair of these sambas for my brother, the messy ones, right? So it was like the pink with the black and the black with the pink. Got them both pair because again, like I said moments ago, not the greatest with making decisions, and so sometimes that works out for family members too, not just myself. Either way, on the back, I was expecting there to be something back there because there's usually something back there. Instead, it's just plain white. So that is kind of weird to me, but whatever. So there you go. There's going to be that. Looking down onto the inside, got the Adidas thing in there. And this is very much the same presentation as those Sambas I was talking about. I'm not sure what the difference is between the Sambas and these, and there's certain other things that I've seen that look like this from Adidas, but it's just something I'll never know, honestly, because I'm not going to buy a bunch of these and figure it out. I'm not going to research it either. So I'll just never know, I guess, unless somebody tells me. And then on the front there we go. Now it's spoken. Kind of looks like a brain in a way because it's pink and it has like, those weird lines and such in it. And then down in there you have, what is that, Adidas, and it's got the German stuff in there. The brand with the three stripes is probably what that translates to, if I recall correctly. And that goes all the way down to the bottom of the tongue and whatnot, with some nice pink laces behind there. And this is the only pair of laces that it came with, right? So now the big thing is like, how do these things fit? Because I honestly have no idea. When I was looking for a pair of shoes for the show Saturday, I kind of wanted to get something that I hadn't worn before, right? To talk about like a new model, because I don't. It's not often I talk about new models over here, right? There's been a lot of repetition, like 12s and foam posits and Asics things, which kind of get repetitive in some ways too. But I guess I did do, well, yeah, even those Nike shoes I picked up were all like just different versions, like the next iteration of something for the most part, right? So I will say this, if I can get these things tied up just a little bit, these do fit very slim, like super freaking slim, right? For me, not a big problem, right? And I'm just saying, like, as you look at this, let me get this thing out of the way. You can kind of look at that and tell, like, this is going to be a very narrow build. So I have like just enough room in these. So if you're kind of like a bigger footed person, this whole true to size thing isn't going to work out so great for you. It's working out fine for me. The length of the shoe, that's not super thrilled about it, right? It seems like it's a little longer than I want it to be. So there's going to be some heel slippage in there unless you like lace these all the way up to that top lace hole, right? Because they don't go up by default, I guess. So if I do that, it should feel a little bit better, and that'll help keep these on if I decide that these are the ones I wear for the show. But just saying, if you're looking at a pair of these, they are slim. And if you feel like your foot is big, do something about that. And also, you might want to lace these up a little bit more. And I'm wearing my normal socks today, none of the compression stuff. Got to run tomorrow, well, tonight and tomorrow morning. So no running today. But yeah, they're pretty nice though. I mean, they don't feel great, at least like right now. Doesn't feel like anything to walk around and like say this is going to be the shoe that I want to wear all day if I'm going to be on my feet or whatever. But it's probably going to be okay, just not anything that you would put at the top of the list if you were thinking, what should I go with for this day-long endeavor? But we'll see. I'll get some more details on that once I've actually walked around in them. It's just that they feel a little stiff right in the upper piece, and they feel a little stiff in the lower piece. So that all in all makes this to not be the greatest experience. But whatever. I think the set is only like 40 minutes, so not a big deal. So there's that. There's my thoughts on these here. What is this? The Gazelle Indoor, right? So now, moving on past that, I'm going to open up whatever this box is from Ringside Collectibles. Actually, not just yet. So yeah, the decision to be made is going to be for Saturday. Am I going with the Vomero 5 or am I going with the Gazelle? Because I do like both of these, and regardless of that, I think I'll just keep them both because they seem like they're both pretty all right. But I'm going to have to Gonna have to figure that out probably tomorrow. That seems definitely like a tomorrow thing. But I would like to wear these because they're gonna be more comfortable. But I feel like this would like go a little better with those. I think, 'cause I think like the pants are like this color. I don't know. So the indoors, the gazelles probably make more sense. But I'd really just rather wear the Nikes, honestly. So now I'm gonna open this here thing about from Ringside Collectibles. Not sure what it is because it was a pre-order, and when you get pre-orders from there, they can be like way in the future, man. So now it showed up today, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is. There used to be a time when I paid more attention. Oh, nice. You know what's funny is I was actually just at, let's put this over here. I was actually just at Target today looking at wrestling figures, and they had this wave. They had some of the people. I think they had the Trish Stratus for sure. And I was like, oh, I didn't know this was hitting stores yet, at least not around here. So then I was looking for the Sandman figure to see if they had it. They didn't, but apparently I already had it in my possession. Just hadn't opened the box yet. So let's see which one. I'm trying to remember which one. This one is going to be the chase, I believe, because it's the farthest one from the box art. So that one he has just like the flag pants on, right? And then over here he just has some normal black and white. It's not like camo. I don't know what that design is on there. It's kind of hard to make out. But either way, it's the Sandman. It comes from like Elite Series 111. They have been doing a lot of these. So each one is going to mostly be the same as far as the upper side goes, right? So you have the barbed wire wrapped around them. Kind of got the face. Well, that's not really focusing at all, is it? But either way, if you know what the Sandman looks like, there you go. That's what it is, right? And then you got some cans of beer down it. Well, they're not beer because they're unlabeled. They could be anything. They could be electrolyte water, right? But they're not. And then you got some extra hands down in there. Singapore cane at the top, right? Same thing going on over here. The shirt is the same. Everything else is the same, just different pants. So I did pay a nice little premium to get this here chase version. But one thing I do like, if you ever go through Ringside Collectibles, they offer the chases. Like you can just buy those straight up. Otherwise, you just got to go and find them in the stores. But that is only for the WWE Elites. If you're looking for the chases of like those AEW unrivaled or unmatched figures, you just got to do the legwork or hit eBay or your local collectibles shop, because that's the only way to really do that. And I will also add this. Yes, these things are a little higher priced at first. But again, that's just when the initial demand kicks in. Give it a little while. Once, like, say, set like 112, 113 starts coming around, then the chase prices online will drop a little bit. You might see these kind of go out of stock for a while, but they usually come back. And then once they come back, that's when they start their little downward spiral into the cheap prices. So I paid like almost $50, I think, for the Andre the Giant chase. And then I saw it on there not too long ago for like 20. So just something to think about. No need to rush for the most part. And also, this is a first time in the line figure, and I know sometimes that pulls in fans, but it's still the Sandman, so I kind of wonder how many people truly care to get it. If you're an ECW guy, it's definitely like a must-have, right? But if you weren't, then, which I feel like at this point, a lot of people just don't care or don't know about it. So I'm curious how that figure is going to sell. Either way, wrapping things up, this right here, the Adidas Gazelle Indoor. It's not bad, right? I'm sure there are a lot of colors of these. I'm sure a lot of them will be on sale sooner or later, or maybe they are already. I don't know. But it's something to consider, because it looks kind of nice and they have a million colors of them. They'll set you back 120 if you pay retail. So maybe make it a goal to not pay 120. I did, but my back was somewhat against the wall. So what can you do? I'm going to read this comment. That's what I'm going to do. I do prefer the gazelles, way more stylish in my opinion. I have 3 pairs, white, green one, and black. I think the green one you would like. Is it green with like, was it green and blue? I saw one a little bit ago that was, there it is. Let's see. Find the screen share option. I'm going to show this on the screen since I already had it up. I can just never remember how to do that, honestly. Present, share screen. Yeah. I don't really, usually when I'm on here, I'm just kind of doing whatever real quick and being done with it. So there we go. There it is, people. That's the other pair that I looked at that I kind of liked. But yeah, so there's that one. That one's not bad either, you know. I don't think I'd buy it, but it's not bad. And that looks like the Tally shoes that I picked up. I'm just going to go through all these. I do like this one. Is this the green one you're talking about? That one's pretty all right. That one's, yeah, but it seems to be sold out of, okay, well, that's not helpful. Quick thing though, if you're ever looking for something and it's sold out, find the style code. Look for that online on whatever search engine you prefer to use. It'll likely lead you to other places to buy it. That's why I always put the style codes in the title of my actual reviews. So that way, if you're wondering like where can I find this thing, like it kind of leads you in the right direction. It's also generally in the description too. Okay, that kind of plain. Not that. That's not so bad. It's a weird color. That like not quite white, not whatever that is. I don't think that's for me either. I like the idea of this, but I wouldn't wear it. I don't think. That one's pretty all right. Yeah, these gazelles, they've got some nice selection. That's the one that I have. And then now we're back to the beginning. So yeah, they got a pretty decent selection going on over here. Like I said, 120. And they even lead with the men's sizing, which makes you think like it would be a men's shoe. But no, it's just one of those unisex releases, unless you look at the side of the box, in which case they put that big old W on there. So now we can remove that, and I can get back to this, and let's see what's going on in these messages now. Close that because I don't need that anymore. Let's see, super beautiful green with white stripes and gum sole. Yeah, that does sound like a pretty all right situation there, at least to me, and obviously to you. So yeah, but yeah, I'll see once I wear these around a little bit. Again, I know they're not gonna like rival the comfort of any of my like shoes that are made for comfort, but they look nice, and there's at least that going for them. And there was something I had that had a gum bottom that ended up being pretty comfortable. It was the Puma, the Dazed and Confused, maybe. I think it was the Dazed and Confused. Something that I had that looked like a normal Vans style, which usually means like the comfort does not exist, and it ended up being actually like decent, like better than I expected. Still, again, not like a new favorite, but it's always a pleasant surprise when something is better than you want it to be, or better than you think it would be. So, anyways, there's that. All right, so I check my, yeah, I'll put that on the list of things to do. Honestly, like my Instagram activity is non-existent almost, right? I put up my little running pictures just so my account doesn't look stagnant, and that's pretty much it. As far as like actual shoe YouTube people or whatever, I'm not good at it. The social media side of it, I don't care to be good at it, and that's the problem, right? Because it's like, why do I need to waste more of my day on this stuff for? Either way, that's a little rant that I've made on the social media podcast episode a while ago, which I need to do a new one because I didn't do one last month. Either way, so that's going to be it for me. Anybody else got any questions or anything you want to hear me answer or reply to or whatever? This is kind of like your little moment to throw some questions in there. And if there are any, like, I'll give you some hopefully short answers because I gotta, after this, gotta record a quick little, I don't even want to call it a review, but it's like my own little thoughts on this Venom movie, which I got some mixed feelings about that one. So anyways, from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, though I have a pretty good idea where it is, what it is for most people right about now. Let's see, I'm not that active on social medias. Yeah, it's here. I feel like you're just not missing anything, you know? There's like random story before I get out of here. I used like when I first heard about Twitter, the only reason I even got an account was so I could like keep up with Quiznos because they used to put like sandwich coupons on it. Well, it's a sandwich shop. But they used to put coupons on there. It's like, it's like go on there. It's like, oh, 50% off or buy one, get one free or whatever. Yeah, that was a good use of social media to me. Now it's all just people posting a bunch of nonsense that they found from somebody else. It's like, where's the original content? I'm like, what's up with you? Like, you're my friend. Like, tell me about your day, Even if it was boring, at least like share that. I don't care about some random dog you saw on the internet. Either way, enough of that. I will catch up with you guys at some other point, more than likely. At least if you stick around or whatever. I'll be here doing this off and on days. Some days I do, some days I don't. And if you decide to come back, that's cool. If you don't, hey, I get it. There's other stuff out there worth doing. Do you use a streamer to press a steamer? No, I don't iron, period. I put stuff on as it is. I take it out of the closet or out of a laundry basket after doing laundry. Whatever. Put the pants on, shirt on. However I look is however I look, and I go out into the world thinking that nobody cares because they don't. So yeah, not big on the personal appearance thing. This thing probably has some lines in it. Yeah, like there's some right there. Because this was folded up and I just put it on. And I figured, whatever, dude. So yeah, no is the short version of that answer. All right, and that's where we're ending. Have a good night and all that good stuff. Let's see, where's that end button? There it is. Later, people.